Good evening. Wow, welcome everybody to the first ever CSAX. Wow, we're so excited that you made it. So tonight, the Rise and Speak students, many of them who've never spoken on stage before, are going to come up and share their deeply personal messages of transformation, love, and hope. And so as they get up here tonight, we're asking you to hold them in your highest and highest of minds. We might hear some ums, we might hear some ahs, but we're also going to hear some treasures. We're going to hear some revelation. We're going to hear some of the light that has come out of some of the darkness that some of our speakers have been through. I think it's no coincidence that we have this talk tonight on the shortest day of the year and the darkest day of the year. But I also know that these messages are going to take you from the darkness of shame, hurt, blame, regret, to the light of love, of hope, of connection, of lessons learned. So we're so happy that you made it tonight. We could not have a CSAX without you, and we're so grateful that you made it tonight. Tonight could not have happened without some help, so I want to thank a few people. First and foremost, I would like to thank Reverend Dr. Georgia. Yes! For saying yes to all my crazy ideas. Well, most of them. Also, you love our backdrop? Janice Olivia donated the material. Elizabeth Robbins sewed the top. Nancy Stoner just ordered the banner, had it sent to me. Nice. Kim McConnell and Brandy Lee Baker fixed my terrible engineering job today, so it would stay up. Just so many wonderful things. I want to thank Mark Kellogg for doing the sound. Tracy had no idea she was videotaping until yesterday. I want to thank her so much for showing up and helping out with tonight. And then, of course, last but not least, you don't see her because she's in the back right now, propping up our first speaker, Leah Eldridge, who's been my amazing TA. Absolutely love her, and could not have done tonight without her. So tonight's a free event. We will take a love offering, 100% of which will go to the church, and we'll talk about that at the end of the night if you would like to give your gift to this event. So without further ado, are we ready to kick it off? I want to introduce our first speaker tonight, Judy Pace. Judy has been a nurse for over 40 years. I think that deserves like a gold medal, right? She's been at CSA for over 6 years, and she is a budding storyteller. Her talk tonight is entitled 18 Moves to My Purpose. Give a big welcome to Judy.
I grew up thinking I had a normal childhood. People told me, no, you didn't. I didn't understand why. Did you have a normal childhood? Does anybody know what the definition is of a normal childhood? Well, the reason I was told I didn't have a normal childhood was because by the time I graduated from high school, I'd been in 18 schools. So moving was a very common thing for my family. My dad was in the service in the Air Force, and he taught electrical systems on airplanes. So every 8 months or a year, we would move from place to place so that he could teach everyone that needed to know his information. My mom was pretty much a stay-at-home mom, which is a good thing. I don't think moving that often is very compatible with a full-time job. But I have a brother, Dennis. He's just a year younger than I am. And we were very close. When there was nobody to play with, we were there. When we were the new kids on the block, we had each other. I did have a younger brother, 6 years younger. His name is Don. And I sort of used him for entertainment, I think. But moving really wasn't a problem to us. Although, if you ask my parents, you might hear a little different story. Like, Ma, Dennis is smiling at me again. Dennis, stop smiling. Anyway, when I was near the end of my 6th grade, we moved to Rapid City, South Dakota, and we moved on the base. The reason the base was so exciting was that everybody there knew how it felt to be the new one on the block, and they also knew how it felt to say goodbye. We had a lot of friendship. One thing that we had that was so exciting, and we'd never had it before, my family had never had this opportunity, and it's not a television, it's a phone, a telephone. We had our own telephone, and we lived on the base, and we had the base directory, so my girlfriends and I, we can kind of look at it and say, well, let's call Jimmy. Hi, Jimmy. We love you. Let's do it again. Okay. Thank goodness there was no caller ID. I did have a boyfriend, and I made sure that he knew that I liked him. I threw a rock at him, and so he obviously was aware of my love for him. One of the most exciting things at that point in time was our 7th grade class was offered an opportunity to make a design or image that would be used on the floor of the lobby of the new administration building. So it's just the 7th graders, and everybody wanted to jump in and do it, and I found a magazine. I think it was an advertisement for the Marlboro Man. Yeah. Anyway, it had a picture of a covered wagon at night with a campfire all around and the stars sparkling in the sky. And I took that and I cut it apart, different size pieces, and I glued them together on a background of black. So everything showed up really nicely. So everybody turned theirs in. We were all excited. When would we know? Oh, okay. Okay, now they're going to announce it. Oh. And the winner is Judy Kramer. No! Wow. I never really won anything, much less something this fantastic. I mean, I was going to be on that floor forever and ever. I was going to be famous. Did you see the floor that Judy designed? Did you? I knew Judy back when she was in 6th grade. Yeah. I don't think I've ever had a time that was happier. But as time passed, my mother said, you know, your father's been transferred to Georgia, and we have to leave right away. Okay. I mean, we've been there for 11 months, so it was time to move, but did we have to go like right away? Yes, we have to go right away. I said, but wait, you know, I'm going to get an award for the contest. I'm sorry we can't stay. But my birthday, it's a 13th birthday. It's my big birthday. No, we can't stay. So I was so angry at not having any control over my life. I'm not really sure how my parents handled all that. They gave me a lot of love. But when we got to Georgia, we didn't live on the base, we lived in town, which was really an exaggeration because we lived on a street with about 3 houses, another couple of houses down the block. And I learned then and there what the difference between a street and a road was. You know, we had the dirt road, and I think we only saw the mailman come down that road. So we were out there in the middle of nowhere. There was nothing to see. Nobody to talk to. No phone. Yeah, we still had a TV, but we didn't get reception. In those days, you know, we just had the rabbit ears on the TV. You moved them around. Well, we could move our rabbits here just about any place and we still didn't get reception. So Mom said, well, just wait, you're going to start school. And I know we were riding the bus, and we'd ridden the bus a lot. It was a good time, really, to meet people on the bus, see where they live. Maybe they did live near me. So we got on the bus, my brother and I. Oh, you're new here. Yeah. Where are you from? South Dakota. North? You're from the north? We don't really like northerners. Don't sit by me. So of course, being introduced at school, coming from the north. And lunchtime, I had my tray ready to sit. I sit down at a table with other students. And the girl across from me said, you cannot sit there. I do not want a Yankee sitting at my table. Okay. Pick up my tray. Move over. There's somebody sitting in front of me. This girl over here goes, Julianne, you don't want her sitting at your table. She's a Yankee. And sure enough, Julianne got up and moved. So I really feel like I was in hell. I mean, I'd gone from heaven to hell. I know it for sure. Well, school finally got out, and that was good and bad, so we still didn't have anything to do. But again, my parents really surrounded the family. One of the favorite things that we did was on Sunday morning. Now, we didn't go to church on Sunday morning. We never went to church. I was raised that there's a Jewish service, a Catholic, and a Protestant. So that's how I grew up. We didn't really ever go to church, and some people would say, what kind of Protestant are you? What kind of, what do you mean? I'm a Protestant. But we would sit at the table after a big breakfast. Sometimes we'd play a board game. Sometimes we'd